And here we go, guys. DoD B versus TSM on Mediterranean. Alright, so let's take a quick look at the layout here. On the left side, we have DoD Fox playing Isis. In the middle, we have DoD Shelty playing Zeus. And finally, we have DoD Jollyman here on top playing Ra. On the right, we've got Sensuace spawning top playing Aranos. We've got Player playing Zeus in the pocket. And finally on the bottom, Fen also playing Zeus on the bottom. It seems we've got a pause here at the start because Fen has some lag. And while we wait here, let's take a quick look at the town centers. It seems in terms of town centers in range of water, well, we can't really tell on some of them yet because we don't know how far the water extends. So I guess let's hold off on that. See Jolly here quickly finding a nice first dock. Scouting 2 spots of fish. Shelty also finding a nice spot, and Fox just having no luck along his shoreline. Over here, Fen again having no problem. Same with Player, and same with Sensei. So now that we've scouted more of the water, we can see there are 2 town centers there in range of the water. This one's also in the range of the water, so that's 3. This one looks like it is, that would be 4. This one 5 and 6. So we have 6 town centers in a range of siege ships if this game goes to Mythic. So water is very, very important here. In terms of what relics we found, we see a nice relic here. Provides a small trickle of gold. On the top, villagers carry more food. Not very useful. And finally, top left, heroes do more damage to myth units. This can definitely be useful in a late game. For those just tuning in, it's currently 0-0. This is the first game. Looks like Fox really have no luck with this fish spawn. Finally finding his triple patch of fish on the right, but there was nothing really close to his initial spawn. It's a pretty bad fish there. On the side of TSM, we see all players having at least 2 close patches to the base. And Jollyman here having 3 nice triple spots very close to the shoreline, so good for him. And we expect double restoration here by the 2 TSM Greek players. Let's see what happens. We've got Fen here, 20% up Athena. player here in the pocket is not up yet, so he's probably going to be the candidate going for Underworld. And here we see Ra's not up yet. Shelty's actually going Hermes, so he's 15% up Hermes. And finally here, Fox is not up either. Yeah, so each side having one ceasefire and TSM having one restoration. No surprise there, going Prometheus. And Jolly and Fox not up yet. We still only have one dock here from Sensei, so it looks like he's going to be focusing more on land. Meanwhile, we've got 2 docks from both of the Zeus players. And Jolly picking up a nice relic there. We see he's 50% Ta. And Shelty making it through Hermes, and Fox being 30% fast. So he's being harassed a bit off fish there, and actually he had a nice fish spot here, it just wasn't scouted. He must have just missed it. So Fox actually having not bad fish in the end. And we can see a 2v1, well, not a 2v1. With the docks, it's kind of a 2v2 here going. On the left side, we've got player pressuring on Jolly's fish down here. And here we do have a 2v1. Sensei and player pressuring. And now we see Fox is up with 4 docks to classical age, so he should be able to help out nicely. On the right side here, we have a Minotaur pressuring the water, but Fox bringing his priest just in time, though very close to losing that. Nice. Oh, yeah, that's unlucky. Ben managing to snipe off that priest, so nice micro there. In the middle here, we've got Shelty pushing player back, and Shelty having the numbers here to fight, so nice job there. Jolly will be able to resume fishing. On the land here, we see a very aggressive forward build by Sensei. He's going to catch this wall just in time, and Jolly is not quite going to be able to get this wall up, but he has enough that it should delay the push. He's getting an armory up. He should be up heroic. He's got a lot of idols right now, though, and he cannot lose that Pharaoh. So yeah, this is a little bit rough looking for Shelty, but we see ceasefire being cast here. This is going to help them keep this water, and it's going to give Jolly the time he needs to get up Hathor. Is he going to rebuild this wall? How is he going to deal with this fairly sizable army in his base from Sensei? We don't see any priests being made. And let's check out the state of the others. There's no kind of land units really being built other than this. We see Shelty grabbing a second town center here, but this is going to be scouted by both TSM players. So this town center will have no problem going up. On the right side here, we've got Fen pressuring this super nice dock span. We've got Fox coming up through heroic, so he's got his Leviathan to fight a little bit. He needs to garrison some fish inside his docks here, but on the left we've got a huge army of military boats coming in from player. So Jolly's forced to not gather food for the moment. Meanwhile, he's needs to micro, and there he does that well. Ooh, and Fox gets his AE ceasefire. So that is incredibly game-changing. That's a very nice cast by player. And that would not have killed Sensei, but it would have set him back severely, and it would have given Jolly the time to stabilize. But now, He doesn't have to actually worry about microing against this AE, so his push is going to be continue being very, very strong. And Jollyman is going to have a very tough time stabilizing. He can't build a mid-gall during this time, of course. And he is gathering gold here, which is very intelligent. He needs to get some sort of military production buildings down, though. I don't see any barracks being made. Sensei's just got a lot of units. Soon he's going to have enough economy to take down his town center. Shelty's got a few units there helping, though, and they're healing up. Oh, and we see Shelty actually bringing all his boats down. And then Jolly actually making his own sea army. So nice job there by DoD stabilizing on the water. But what's going to happen over here? There's kind of enough myth units chasing this, I think. And he's nicely using his rock there. He can't lose it, though. And he drops those vills out. He doesn't want to lose all the vills in case the rock dies. But a nice shockwave being cast there. And the vills are thrown out and put straight back to gold. On the right side here, there's a lot going on. Let's take a look at the water. Big battle here. Big restoration, but we see that the DoDs are nicely in sync and retreat right away. There are a lot of siege ships here from Fox, so they should be able to win the water, but at this point it looks like Shelty's almost, or sorry, not Shelty, Jollyman is almost dead. Yeah, Jollyman just taking a serious beating here in this double in terms of Sensei being there and his partner cease-firing the ancestors, which would have taken some pressure off him. Still has quite a bit of villagers over there on wood. It's interesting to see how he'll recover from this. He's trying to be aggressive with his boats, and we see now DoD actually having to chase them around. Fox is going to be seriously big, though. He's got a lot. He's still in one town center, but he's going to be able to fish the sea very efficiently. And let's look over here. What's Jolly doing? He's trying to build another dock. He's trying to stabilize the water. Over here, he still has enough villies, and his teammates are going to be big enough to be able to trip him some units. Over here, we've got Fen bringing his massive army of boats Fox's way, and should be able to pick off these Shelty's boats if he decides to fight. In the meantime, Shelty chasing the player boats. So this is a perfect strategy for TSM to be doing. If they're outnumbered on the water, just kind of run around and waste time. But at the same time, we've got Fox siege ships taking down all the docks, securing the water. Shelty here taking his third town center. He's going to be pretty big. Can this get up? This is a critical moment in the game. Is he going to notice? He's walking by. His army not quite in time. He probably could have stopped this, but he didn't notice. So that's huge for Shelty getting his third town center up. His TC fire is going to clean up quite a bit of units, and he's going to be able to boom nicely into his underworld push coming up shortly. Now let's take a quick look on the left. On the right side, we've got Fen on 2 town centers, currently grabbing his 3rd town center, and Player also on 3 town centers. So his underworld is going to be coming pretty quickly as well. On the right, we've got Fox taking his 2nd town center, and probably going to take his 3rd town center. That's what it looks like with his villies there. So his boom going quite nicely. Now they've won the water, and if they use their siege ships properly in the Mythic Age, that could be the advantage they need. However, they do have potentially 2 Colossus underworlds coming their way. Here we got a big battle on the sea, and we see Fen needing to retreat, while Player is bringing all his army over here, not finding anything, unfortunately. Fox bringing back his siege ships now, and is going to kind of clean up some of this army. Let's take a quick look again at what's happening. Has Jolly managed to recover? It looks like he is still hurting quite a bit. I don't see where all his villies are. Oh, they're all in this town center, that's why. So he has quite a bit to deal with this incredible pressure. Good job by Sensei actually doing a lot of damage here. Also getting here, doing his own boom on 2 town centers. He still is fishing without any harass whatsoever. But Jolly is going to come in here and kind of clean up the sea, it looks like. Meanwhile, we've got Shelty running around with his ships, still trying to catch this big army by Player. And more relentless pressure here by Sensei, getting these 21 villagers idle in the town center. Jollyman really needs some slingers and a couple barracks down, but it just seems like he's not ever able to gather any resources and stabilize. At the same time, we see Shelty here finally bringing some Hippocons, helping him out, and actually killing a lot, so great job there. And finally, Jolly should be able to stabilize here. Now let's take a look at what's going on in the push on the bottom side here. We've got Fen bringing quite a bit of Hippocons and Tox, and doing some decent damage to this mid-gall, but then having to back off due to the chariot spam coming in. And nice job by Fox holding that position. That's very critical. Meanwhile, let's take a quick look at the water. They've pretty much killed all the opposing docks. There are only Sensei's docks left, but he's not fishing anymore. So great job there. And player still being very annoying, running around with all his ships. Fen and Sensei both have lost their armies of ships. And let's take a quick look. We see a player here coming to do some aggressive building here, so they're going to 2v1 Jolly's side. At the same time, we see he still can't gather from this gold mine because Sensei's relentlessly keeping his army of Terma here. At the same time, he's managing to pick off small amounts of units from Shelty, which is very important, delaying his underworld push. At the same time, player just being relentlessly annoying on the water, making sure that they're losing their fishing ships, hurting their echo, and making them get idle time by gathering or garrisoning their fishing ships inside their docks. And now slingers are coming out, so good job by Jolly here, but really he's just been like crushed this game. He has 9 villagers, and then losing pretty much the ones he has here. So great job by him not getting demoralized, hanging in there, fighting with what's the army he has. Meanwhile, we see the 2 Zeus's on TSM side are pretty well boomed. At the same time, we do have Shelty having a great boom, and the Isis player here having Fox having a great boom. Over here, we see Sensei actually starting to pressure Shelty and backing off and saying, no, I'm not going to do that. He's big anyways. I'm just going to keep Jollyman 16 bills in the town center and keep him gold starved. So this is incredible good harass. Over here on the side, he's got a decent amount of Hippocon as well as adjacent, so he can actually probably fight this in about 5 units. He's choosing to do so now. This is probably not wise because they're going to lose a lot. Shockwave goes down there, that's important. However, we see Jolly does have some slingers to help in this battle. If they're micro properly, which looks like they have been, Sensei is going to be forced to be pushed back, which means Jolly can finally resume gathering gold again. Meanwhile, we see all that's left on the sea are 8 ships here for player, and Shelty's boat's still trying to scout. However, we see both Teal and Player and Fen both starting to redock because they know that in the Mythic Age it's going to be important to have siege ships to counter town centers that are near the water. And it looks like Fox is going to be out scouting that shortly. At the same time, we see Tartarian Gate being cast. And here it is. Immediately good reaction. Unfortunately, we do have some units here by player cleaning down the villies attacking, but Shelty brings in some reinforcement units, which should save some of these villies. At the same time, we see double Titan going by player and Sensei. That is very difficult to deal with, and I don't think it's going to be really blockable. Unless they can get an underworld, but Shelty's not up heroic yet. So in terms of age, it's quite far behind, though we see Fox actually getting up Osiris here, and he always has great micro on the Son of Osiris, so Fen is going to be pushed back for a while. And we see this monument might actually go down, so they need this to stay up, otherwise the Son of Osiris will be instantly bolted. So great job there by Fox. He can overextend though. If he gets out of monument range, he will get bolted. So this limits how quickly he can push due to him having to build monuments along with the Son of Osiris. On the top here we see Mythic Zeus with base upgrades coming in, so those should be full very shortly. Jolly is going to have a really tough time in this 2v1. At the same time, TSM putting up their Titan gates and really having ridiculously strong economies if we look at the upgrades there. Player not so much, but he's facing a push here by Fox, so we can see why. At the same time, it doesn't look like they will be able to push this here in time, because we have double Titan Gate coming here from the two TSM players, and Jolly is going to be folding very shortly. We see Shelty now having gotten to the heroic age. And he's trying to put up a mid-gall to defend this position here. We see a strong hoplite spam there by Shelty, and he should be up mythic. If he's not, they're in trouble. There we go, he's 12% up fastest, so that's slow. The good news is for them is that Titans are kind of hard to maneuver on this map. It's easy to wall, it's easy to ghost block, and they kind of have to walk all around the outskirts of the map. So Titans are a bit weaker on this map. And here we see the hoplites coming and fighting, but they're only medium, and this is kind of a 2v1 battle because Jolly doesn't have the units or the economy to spam mercs. Meanwhile, on the bottom here, we see actually Fox starting to win this push, though he's got slingers and a lack of siege right now, so there's not much he can do, while the two TSM players correctly identify the siege ships coming in and make tons of hammer ships to counter this. At the same time, Jolly still has a bunch of arrow ships. Oh, and we see Fox calling it a GG here, because this push on top is too strong. So nicely played by TSM there. Great job winning game 1. And we are likely going to start the streaming here of Regen Game 2 on the RTS League channel. But if you still want to watch Game 2 for this lineup, which should be very, very good, you guys can come to my personal channel. I will update that shortly. So thanks for tuning in. Get ready for the Regen game,